Dude, I used to work at this, they call it the biggest sex shop in Texas. I feel like that's a front. And people would always go in there and buy like these just massive dildos for pranks.
No, we did that all the time. I lived with 2 other homies, so there was 3 of us. And then when we all moved out, it was like, you know, you're figuring out who gets the dildos. There was 2 of them at this point. And then everyone's kind of like, the dildo's not fun if it's just like me. I don't want to just have a dildo by myself. Like, there's got to be multiple dudes to have a dildo. Pause.
Well, all right. Battle raps cause I've shaken grown men to the point that they can't even face their own friends. That's why they rhyme about jewels, not life, cause the ice on which they skating is so thin. That's what I love about the human soul.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
Let's go, baby. Blast off. Welcome back. Welcome for you to the Party with Strategy podcast, episode 111. Special guest. I saw this man last week crush live show at Skylab Thursday night, Backyard Banter, comedy show that I DJ. Jeff Joe hosts. Danny Guerrero here, Houston native, extremely talented, and after I saw what you did up there on stage, I reached out and I wanted to have you on the pod. I felt like you'd be a great guest. You were incredible on stage. I really liked how you sort of, the first thing you did was like riff off the song that I played, the walk-up song. Mm-hmm. Do you remember when you're on stage, is it hard to kind of remember what you did up there almost? Because like sometimes when I'm DJing, if I do a dope mix in the moment and then I try and think back to it after, I'm like, I don't even remember what I did.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it, man. I mean, sometimes it kind of feels like a little tornado. Like you're just really in it, especially like if you're kind of like in that flow state, I guess.
Yeah,
you forget everything, especially if it's not recorded. I mean, most of that stuff just goes out the window.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was cool, man. I mean, like whenever I got there, I think you were playing like West Side Gun or something. And then whenever I went up, that was like some early 2000s stuff. And then you played me off with like some Pretty Ricky. And I was like, bro, this man's musical selection is amazing.
I
like this dude. But yeah, I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. No, how do you, I mean, like, what like when it comes to like a cool mix, like what do you think even like contributes to that? Is it like the day that you had? Is it whatever's going on in your mind, the moment? What happens with that?
I mean, sometimes I feel like my best mixes are just strictly based off of whatever's happening in the room, you know? Once you have a good gauge for the room itself, you've played some records, you've seen how they reacted, they don't really with this, they're with this right now, but I know if I take them in a certain direction, I can bring them to where I want. It's almost like, yeah, you kind of feel the room out and then you sort of set a plan in your mind as to where you want to go, where you want to bring them, how you want to do it. Mm-hmm. And the mixes just happen. For me, there's so many songs that talk about the same thing, especially the stuff that we play in the club. I mean, it's really based around like 5 things. It's like money, alcohol, partying, and like maybe one other thing. So a lot of times if you're mixing 2 songs, they accidentally go together so perfectly just with the wording itself, you know? Like sometimes the hook of one song, like I can throw that ass, Beat King, throw that ass, throw that ass. I mix into Mulatto from the South. Mm-hmm. I'm a real ass, trill ass. And the first thing she says in that song is, I throw that ass, something, something, something. So like it comes out of B King, throw that ass, and goes right into her saying, throw that ass. And like that just happened. Like I didn't plan it, but and then I noticed it and I was like, okay, these go perfect together.
Oh, dude, I'd go crazy in the club if I heard that. Off like 3 tequila shots and here and there, bro, I'd lose my mind.
Yeah. Hell yeah. So, I mean, I'm a podcast fiend. I love comedy. I watch all the comedy podcasts, fucking Mark Norman, Tim Dillon, Dan Soder, Joe Rogan, obviously all that shit, Kill Tony. Mm-hmm. And like, it relates so much to me so closely to DJing. Anytime I hear someone talking about the creativity and the craft of comedy and performing and stage presence and crowd control and all that shit, it always relates so closely for me back to DJing.
Yeah, there's like so many similarities. I feel like even the type of lifestyle, we were talking about it earlier, just the late nights, really grinding it out. Like I'm sure there's like DJs who are doing sets like 2, 3, 4 times a night. Same thing with like a lot of comics that are grinding it out. It's the same thing, hitting up multiple spots, and like those are like the grinders. Those are the people that like end up, you see this progress happen. And yeah, I mean, there's so many similarities, and I like just really respect DJ. Bro, I just started going to the club like after a breakup.
Okay, that's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, no, and like before that, I was kind of like, I'm not really like a club guy. Like I've always loved music; it's always been around.
Yeah,
but hearing it in the club and like, there's just this whole energy, like the unison. Like there's just it's amazing, bro. Like it's like 1 a.m. You could tell everybody's having a good time. People have been drinking for hours, and then somebody hits International Players Anthem, and everybody wakes up. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's so crazy. But anyway, I've been having a lot of fun, and also just kind of watching, just what like DJs do, and I'm just like, yeah, it's real similar to the comedy stuff. Yeah. So respect to y'all, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's similar, but it's so close, and then there's also some aspects that are so far off, because like, we're up there playing someone else's music, something that someone else thought up in their head and created and brought to life. And then we're playing that, but also trying to add our creativity and what we want to bring to life on top of it with mashing 2 songs together. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like you guys, I mean, I was telling you this earlier, like coming from Chicago as a DJ, it wasn't a big mic city. Like there was no reason for us to get on the mic. No one really wanted us on the mic. It was like, if you're a dope DJ, you don't need to be on the mic. You just work with your hands and make it happen. And coming to Houston, that's not the case. So I started having to get on the mic, and even just getting on the mic with the security of having my DJ equipment in front of me was terrifying. I couldn't imagine just standing up on stage with no safety net of music and just having to speak and get a reaction out of people. That's fucking terrifying to me.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like a vulnerable thing. And I feel like everyone has good nights, bad nights, or whatever, but I get really self-conscious if somebody's like, they pass me the aux and like nobody's with whatever I'm playing.
Okay, so
I think that's also a vulnerable thing that y'all are doing as well, because these are things that you felt would move other people. So, and then I mean, I get real shy about that. Like if I got to play my music on a loudspeaker, I'm just like, I don't know, maybe next time.
You're not a pass me the aux guy?
By myself, I'll do it alone, but when I'm with somebody else, I don't know, I just kind of choke a little bit. It's just like maybe the same 5 songs I've been listening to all day. Yeah.
What are you listening to right now? What's in rotation right now? What were you bumping when you came over here?
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna give you the horny answer, but I was listening to Blue Stars by Pretty Ricky.
Okay.
Yeah, that, bro. Yeah, just body rolling music, I guess.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, just like early 2000 stuff. I've really been enjoying that recently. I don't know, just like mostly just like Pretty Ricky. I was listening to Chris Brown. I don't know, just stuff like that just kind of reminded me of like watching like 106 in Park, like as a kid, like getting out of school or something.
A little tip drill.
Yeah, some Nelly. Yeah, I did listen to some Nelly earlier today too.
Nice, hell yeah. So I'm trying out this new segment on the pod where I'm trying to ask these questions, music related, because it is sort of a DJ podcast, and in hopes to dig a little bit deeper into somebody's brain and unlock some memories from childhood or whatever it may be. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 28.
Okay, 28. So I'm 33, a little bit older, but I feel like these songs, so 2005, if you're 28, 2005,
I was like 10.
You were 10.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably remember some music from when you were 10, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So 18 years ago now is 2005, which is insane. And I'm gonna name a song, And if it sparks a memory at all, I got like a couple songs from each era. If it sparks a memory at all, like let me know maybe the first time you heard it, where you were, you're 10. What grade is that? Like fifth grade?
Fifth grade, fourth, fifth grade, yeah, somewhere around.
Well, you know, what kind of clothes you're wearing, what you were rocking, what you were into. Stuff sort of down that path.
I love this game already.
Yeah. Kanye West Gold Digger. Do you remember hearing that?
Oh, dude. The first time I heard Gold Digger, I'm trying to think. Well, that came out 2005?
That came out 2005.
Man, I can't remember the exact moment, but I do remember it coming out. Like everything I'd switched to, like VH1, MTV, BET, like all. I just used to love watching music videos, and it was always on. And at the time, you know, great song, but I just didn't really appreciate the artistry of it till I got a little bit old. I didn't even know what a gold digger was.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. All right, how about Mario? Let Me Love You. I feel like this one.
Oh man, that's so cool. There's like a punching bag in that video. But dude, I remember I wrote like my first love letter to a girl with that song playing. I was in 5th grade. I wrote this love letter. I remember my dad barged through the door and we like got like a little tug of war over the note, and I ran out the house, went to the neighbor's house, hid the letter under my neighbor's house, and it wasn't there the next day, so somebody found it. It was probably my dad.
Wait, did he know that you were writing a love letter, or he was just like, yo, what are you doing in here?
I mean, what else? I don't know what else I'd be doing because I never really did homework like that.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, why is he writing for a long time? This dude's in love.
While Mario Let Me Love You's on.
Yeah. I think I even, I remember like on phones, like on flip phones, I would get close to the radio and like record the thing because I couldn't buy ringtones.
Yep.
And I just had it for this girl that would probably never call me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
that young love. So did you ever give her the note or no?
Yeah. And then her dad found all the love letters I sent her. So it was a whole thing at school. But
that's incredible. Did she become your girlfriend? Was she fucking with you too?
Okay. Yeah, we just didn't talk though. It was just like strictly letters.
Yeah. That's tight. You're a little hopeless romantic, huh?
I am. I kind of been like a little lover boy for a long time, but
hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can remember being in 5th grade and you're in love with a girl and then like she doesn't like you back, and I felt like it was the end of the world.
Oh man.
You know, like the world's just coming down on top of you.
Yeah.
You're on AIM waiting for her to sign on. Mm-hmm. Her away message is up.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there waiting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if I knew we were like going to gym class, I would like go all out on dodgeball. Just like hopefully this is what attracts her. But yeah, never worked, man.
All right. That's good. I like that. That's a good story. That's fire. This is what we're looking for here. What what do you think you were into at the time? I mean, as a 10-year-old, you're writing love letters. What were you playing? Mario? What else is going on at that time in your life?
Man, at that time, I don't know. I feel like I really wasn't doing much. I mean, I would just get home from school and like prank call people.
That was the shit.
That was amazing. That's a lost art. And sometimes I would like call a friend and I'd mess up the number, and I'd end up calling somebody else's house, and it'd just be like an ongoing bit. I was 10 years old, just like calling this old dude's house every day asking for Michael. Yeah. And then he'd go crazy. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would do prank calls from like, you know, whatever time I got home, eat dinner, just play video games pretty much, and just listen to music. Like I remember whatever girl I liked at the time, like if she liked Fall Out Boy, so did I.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some of the first albums I ever bought with like, I guess my own money, was like some emo shit, like Fall Out Boy, Green Day stuff. I even bought a Nickelback album, guys. I'm sorry that I said our song was "Far Away" by Nickelback, and you know what? I'll say it. I like that song.
Nickelback had a couple hits. I'll be honest with you.
They're
Nickelback was out here.
Yeah, I feel that feels blasphemous.
They may not have aged well, but in their time, you know, they did their thing.
Yeah. I mean, people aren't gonna like this, man.
Yeah, that's all right. Shit, I was just gonna say something. You reminded me of something. You said something. We'll come back to it. All right, so we progressed 3 years later. You're 13 now. 13. I feel like it's only 3 years, but when you're that young, that's big. You're a teen now. You're a teen. That's big shit.
Yep.
You turn 13. There's no going back. You feel like an adult.
Yeah, you could wear tall tees now.
Yeah. You're like, I got teen in my age. Lil Wayne Lollipop comes out in 2008. You remember when that dropped? You remember the music video for that?
I remember being on MySpace, and we would just do like same thing with the phone. We would have like these like I'd even call hotlines. I used to call these hotlines and just like throw up my neighborhood and stuff or whatever. But but yeah, that just reminds me of just being on the phone, being on MySpace, like just messaging people. Yeah, there's on the Blue Stars album by Pretty Ricky, there's that part on Lollipop where it says damn, what does he say? Call me so I can make it juicy for something like that.
Yep.
They say that on Pretty Ricky. I don't know which one came first, but it's like the same.
I bet Pretty Ricky did. I think, right? Isn't Pretty Ricky older?
Probably,
more
yeah.
OG than like Lil Wayne.
Maybe, yeah. I feel like that. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I think so.
You're right, yeah.
Think so.
But yeah, Lollipop. I mean that was probably, that reminds me of just like not being an innocent little kid anymore, I guess. Or I mean, you're still a kid, but I was, listening to that, I was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah. All right. So how about Chris Brown, T-Pain, Kiss Kiss?
I just listened to that. I don't remember the exact moment that came out the same year.
Yep, 2008.
2008. Man, I feel like at the time I didn't really appreciate it as much as I should have, but now I absolutely love that song. But yeah, I can't really remember when was the first time I heard that, though, to be honest.
All right, last one from 2008, which I also have a story about, is Flow Rider Low. Apple bottom jeans, that joint.
Yeah, I could almost smell the club right now.
That is thinking about to this day, that is still like a club classic.
Yeah. When's like the best time to play that, do you think?
Man, you either play it opening because it's like you can get away with doing it as an opener because it's not a hit that you're like burning the headliner for, but it's still a song that gets the club going. But I mean, there's some dudes that would even argue like that's a timeless classic club track and you as the opener shouldn't even be playing it. You need to save that for me, which is kind of crazy, but some people are like that.
Damn, I never even put that into consideration, how certain things are reserved for wherever you're at on the lineup, I guess.
Yeah. Is there anything like that in comedy if you're opening for the headliner? I would imagine they all kind of have their own little rules or ways that they want you to do it, right? Yeah.
There's some people who are maybe like a little bit more strict about that stuff. Some people are kind of loose about it, but maybe one thing would be like, don't do crowd work as an opener, because if the guy has to do like an hour, maybe runs out of stuff at like 45 minutes, he wants to, now you did all the crowd work in the beginning, everybody's name, what they do for work, whatever it is, and you kind of took that away from them.
Yeah, he would look kind of dumb asking, like, you already asked this couple right here how long they've been together. He asks them again. People are like, someone already asked that. Yeah,
for showcases, it's a little bit, people don't really care, but if it's like if there's a headliner, then you should or some people would want you to stay away from that.
And how about like material wise, in terms of like how much energy you're getting out of the crowd? Do some people are like, just chill, like don't get them going too crazy, don't do your best material and fucking burn the place down before I get up there?
I think I've heard stories about that kind of stuff. I haven't encountered it personally. But I mean, I think for the most part, I mean, you want everyone that goes up to do well. That way the energy is good the whole time, and then by the time you go up, they're ready. They're already enjoying them. They're already warmed up. Yeah, you don't want people bombing and it's just complete silence, and then you go up and it's just like now you got to work twice as hard.
Yeah, that makes sense. There is, but like in the club, there's sort of this standard order of operations where like people come in, it's slower, you're playing stuff, you're kind of getting them going, you're trying to hold the room, and then as the night progresses, you're bringing the energy up more and more and more till like peak hour, which would be midnight, 1 a.m., and then you're just going through the roof. But it kind of fucks up the flow sometimes if you go too hard too early, because then people are exhausted really at some point. Like, you know, if you start going, if the club's packed at 10:30, you're at a hot spot or something, and you're getting the crowd going that early, by 12:30 they're sort of partied out, and they're gonna start to leave. So there is like a little bit of that in the club, at least in the DJ world, that you kind of got to think about.
That's crazy, man. Just like a slow and steady build, I guess, would be better than going crazy from the get-go.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely an argument on both sides for sure. And here's the thing, especially in Houston, what I've noticed is like people bounce around a lot. You know, you're on Washington Ave, you might come to Bottle Blonde early, grab a couple shots, go check out some other spots, grab shots there, bounce around, come back to Bottle Blonde like later. There's a lot of bouncing around, so it's tough to do that like slow build thing, because you know that the crowd's going to rotate. You know that people are coming in and out. You want to hold on to as many people as possible. You want to keep it as fun as possible. You want the energy to be up so people don't want to leave. So it's kind of, I'm like sort of contradicting myself here, but that is something that I don't know if that's like standard post-COVID type shit, the new world that we live in, or if it's just a Houston thing, because that's where I've been for the last 3 years. But that's sort of the difference. Like, it almost feels like old school to do the slow and steady build.
It almost feels like maybe also like our attention spans, like people like things real quick, real quick fix. So I feel like it'd be hard to sometimes keep people's attention in that way, especially in that sort of environment too, where there's so many things happening. I feel like with the comedy stuff, in most cases, people have their phones up. It's all eyes on just this one thing. But at the club, there's many things happening, right?
Yeah.
People are dancing. A fight might break out over a bottle. Something, you know, there's a lot of things. But
trying to get some pussy. I'm competing with the women out there. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the strip club. I play at the strip club. I'm competing with naked women. I got to be up there doing wild shit to get your attention.
That's if anything, man, I feel like women dancing would be the biggest competition for sure.
Competition, or I'm providing the soundtrack for them, I guess.
Man, I went to a strip club once, dude. I didn't have a good time.
Why not?
Well, I was like 18.
Okay.
I was like barely 18. I was like, I'm gonna go and maybe talk to a stripper about my problem. But they didn't care. So I was disappointed about that.
They're kind of just about their money.
And I don't blame them.
They're kind of just about their money. But if you get them drunk enough and you kind of spit some game, and you could swindle your way in there for sure.
I just wanted some companionship that night, man. I thought that's what you did at the strip club. I didn't know. I was naive, but now I know.
It's not a great place. Have you been back since?
No, man. That was the only time I went, bro.
I used to love the strip clubs. I never DJ'd at a strip club ever before I came to Houston. And I used to love the strip club. And then I started DJing at it. I started working there, and the thrill is gone. The jig is up.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What I would imagine, like, Beat King goes crazy at the strip club. What's like, I mean, what do you think is like a really good track to play at the strip club?
It's tough because there's like stripper music, and that goes off. Like B King, I would consider like stripper music. You know, he's just like bounce that ass, throw that ass. What does he say? Bounce that ass, throw that ass. His shit's all about throwing ass. So that's like straight like strip club music, hype. but they kind of want to hear like the hot hood shit, like the Lil Baby and the ESG and like
ESTG.
Yeah, ESTG, all that. And that's like slow, and it's got energy to it, but it's more based around like the lyrics, I would say, more than anything. Like you're listening to Lil Baby spit bars. He never really even has a hook or anything. He's just fucking constantly spitting.
Yeah.
Just a whole song of an entire verse. And they love that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, I might go to the strip club and just start Shazamming things.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be a patron in a strip club for sure. It's a good time. You come through on Saturday, I got you.
Yeah, no, man.
I got a whole bottle of tequila for you.
Oh, okay.
Little hookah.
Say less, man. I'm there, dude. Well, the hookah gives me a headache, but
yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I hit the hookah once, bro. I'm getting the spins. You got to take care of me.
Okay. It's not like that Grape Depression though.
Oh man, no, that thing had me. I really drove home in silence that night. And it was a good night too. Like usually, I'll drive home in silence if it's a bad night. That was a fun night, but I was weirded out. I had to go host a mic at the secret group like right after, and yeah, bro. People were just like, "Are you okay?" I was like, yeah, "I'm fine. I'm fine."
Yeah, the Grape Depression is a strand of marijuana that was being passed around at the show the night that I met Danny, and it shit hits.
Oh, it was fire, man. That was yeah, dude. Weed used to be real fun. Now, I mean, I still like it, but I remember like when I first started smoking. I started smoking. I was like probably like 12 or something.
Oh shit.
And those were good times. Just get the munchies. I'd laugh, watch that 70s show, chill, just lean with it, rock with it in my room. I do that. Now I just, I'll hit the weed and I'll just like think about just atrocities committed by the Mongol Empire or something. And I'm just like, bro, do my friends still like me? Do people still like? And then
yeah, you get in your head a little bit.
Yeah. I'm like, am I walking weird right now?
Yeah.
Why do I look like I'm walking downhill, but I'm not?
I feel that. Last time that I smoked Jeff's weed, I was driving home and I had put some shit on my Spotify. I had my phone and I went to go put it in the cup holder, and I'm driving and I look real quick to see which cup holder was open. There was a cup of water in one and then the other one was empty. And I look and I'm like, all right, I see which one the water cup's in. And I took my phone and I literally just stuck it right in the cup of water.
Oh man, yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, bro. I think that night I said something about like one time like Jeff gave me like a little bit of weed. I hit it after this show and we were like on this main road and I'm hit it a couple times, bro, and I'm just really staring at cars just pass by and I'm just like, oh, I know the license plate to that one. I was like, why am I doing this, bro? I just spent 15 minutes looking at license plates.
Bro, it's some other shit.
Yeah, no, it's fun though, man. I like it. I feel like getting high and just like doing stuff is cool. Like I feel like coffee and weed is almost like nature's Adderall in a little bit. Never done Adderall, or maybe I have. I don't know, but it almost feels that way. I feel real productive.
Yeah, I feel that. I've also never done Adderall. I'm scared of it. I feel like if I did it, I would want it every day. From the way that people talk about it, like if it sounds like the limitless drug.
Yeah.
Like, and there's got to be some sort of consequence. There's no free lunch. You know what I'm saying? Like there's got to be some downside.
Yeah, I think one of my homies told me it's like I think it's like a blood thinner. And he tells me it's hard for him like to get it up.
Okay.
And I'm just like, that's, hey, you did everything you had to do today, but you know what? I'd rather I don't know.
I'd rather be able to fuck for sure.
Yeah.
But that's, then you get into you're deep in the game. You get a little Adderall, and then if you got to fuck, you get a little Blue Chew. Now you're mixing stuff up. You're a street chemist.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Now your tummy's all messed up, dude. All the probiotics are gone. Whatever you got in there.
Hell yeah. All right, let's see what else we got here. 13 years ago, we're heading down the road. You're 16 now, right? We went from 13. Oh no, 15. 2 years later, 2008 to 2010. You're 15 now, high school. Kesha TikTok. comes out. This is like the era of corny. This is when hip hop started getting corny. Ooh. This is when all the corny shit started dropping, and it sort of was the birth, I feel like, of EDM, like the LMFAO sort of thing that turned into what we know now as mainstream house music, sort of.
It's kind of like I'm just imagining like cheetah prints and like big colorful glasses.
Yep.
Scarves.
Yep.
Yeah, like weird edited photos on MySpace.
Yep.
It's like all gray, but like one thing pops. It's like blue. When so this was what, 2013?
2010.
2010.
2010.
Dude, I felt like, I mean, I don't really remember. I remember some of that stuff, but around that time, dude, I like joined a gang for a little bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I was just wearing like big shirts. I was only wearing black and white because that's all we could wear.
What were you listening to at the time?
Just a bunch of like just H-Sound stuff, just like Zero, Trey, Screwed Up Click, Swisher House stuff, like stuff like that.
Okay.
I think at this time I was just like, I hate the mainstream, you know, like just underground stuff.
I had that era for sure. Where and now I'll go back and listen to shit that's like that I sort of skipped over in that era, and I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Yeah.
A lot of like the Game, the documentary, the Game album.
That album is amazing.
It's incredible.
I used to have we used to take drives, me and my family would take drives to Mexico. It was like a 15 hour drive over there, and I had a CD player, and the documentary, I always listen to the documentary every time we go. It'd be like summer, winter, whatever break, whatever excuse my parents had to go to Mexico.
Yeah,
I'd always just bump that. It was always the documentary, bro. That has a special place in my heart for sure.
Yeah, I mean, every song's incredible.
Yeah,
from front to back, it's such a good album.
It's so good. It's so good. That that album cover made me buy some double knee Dickie pants and some Chucks.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, all right, how about maybe Ludacris, How Low? Does that spark a memory at all? How low can you go?
Is this also
can you go? It's the same era, 2010.
Yeah, man. I used to have a friend that he was the only one that was driving out of all of us. We're like 15 though, around that. He wasn't even old enough to drive yet. And we would just skip school in his busted ass Chevy Celebrity. It was terrible, but excuse me. Yeah, it was bad, bro. It just reminds me of like hotboxing his car.
Yeah,
and we'd be smoking weed, and he'd like have a cigarette, and he'd be bumping just Ludacris. He would have that on a loop like constantly.
He loved that shit.
Yeah, he loved that song so much. He only liked two things: Ludacris and T-Pain. That's the only stuff he liked. And yeah, it just reminded me of skipping school, man. Coming back to like English class, just smelling like grape Phillies and a Newport.
See, I never smoked weed in high school. I didn't drink. I didn't start drinking until I was 25. I didn't smoke weed until I was 28. So I missed that era. Like, if you're a pothead, you have a whole like memory of going to school high. And I just wish that I did that, because school always fucking sucked, and weed would have made it so much better.
Oh man, yeah. Dude, I got in so much trouble because of weed, though.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid. So, I mean, I feel like now people are more lenient about it. It's more open.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the time, it almost felt like a little taboo. Like, oh, that's the guy that's always high.
Yeah.
And I got in so much trouble. I went to, dude. Cops took me to jail a couple times in school because I just smelled like weed.
Really?
They didn't even find anything on me, but.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. So maybe it's a good thing that you skipped out on that, because and then you got to do all this sneaking around, and oh man, yeah, I've had too many run-ins with cops when I was a kid like that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine what being high would feel like if it was like a dangerous activity, like something I could really get in trouble for. You know, because it already sometimes freaks you out a little bit, gets you a little paranoid.
Yeah, you'll stay in the car if you go to HEB. You'll stay in the car for a little bit, all right, bro, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Yeah. You trying to not look weird. You're like, should I smile right now? Should I be smiling? Now you're just in HEB with a big ass smile on your face for no reason and shit.
Just smiling at the sushi. Why does this one have hot Cheeto dust on it?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah, dude. Whoever came up with that, bro. Respect to you.
Have you had it?
Oh, that's my favorite thing, bro.
one?
Yeah, I'm Mexican, dog. Anything with hot Cheetos on it, man, I'm in. Somebody really express themselves in a culinary fashion by just being like, hot Cheetos, man. Let's do it. So
That might be a Houston. That might be specific to Houston.
I think so. Yeah, you don't think they would have that like somewhere else? Probably not, huh?
Probably not. I feel like that's a huge. That's like how the Dunkin' Donuts out here serves kolaches.
They don't got that in other places?
No, they don't have that.
Really?
No.
Do you get kolaches from Dunkin' Donuts?
No, I've never had a kolache from Dunkin' Donuts, but I see it on the menu all the time.
Oh shit!
And I'd never seen that. I didn't even know what a kolache was before I came to Houston.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to have them all the time, but I don't know. I didn't realize. Yeah, it's just like a buttery bun with the weenie inside.
It's fire if you get a good one. I've had shitty ones. I've had really good ones.
Yeah, I don't like the ones with jalapenos in them.
I fuck with those.
I just can't. Early in the morning, bro, my mouth's on fire. I don't want that.
Yeah. Bucky's got the ill kolaches.
Yeah, Bucky's is cool, man. Every time I'm doing like a little road trip, I always got to stop at the Bucky's.
It's mandatory.
Yeah, no, it really is, man. It feels like it's just part of the ritual, really. I'm just like, nothing good's going to happen if I don't stop here.
Yeah. Take a little shit. They got the nice bathroom.
They do, man. I just did that for the first time a couple weeks ago. It's nice, man. I stayed there for a while.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I felt at home.
It's good. It's nice in there. I like it. All right, let's try one more from 2010. See if anything comes up. Rihanna, Rude Boy.
Man, I almost feel like I like skipped this a little bit.
Yeah.
Rihanna, and this is the same year, 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I can't. I don't really have any memories like associated with
It's
Rihanna.
probably for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
This was the corny era. I mean, if this was the era that you skipped and you were doing the underground thing, listening to like Houston shit, like that was the year to do it.
Yeah. What do you think about when that comes up? Like, do you have any?
My memory, my most prominent memory of Rihanna, Rude Boy is just playing that song at a very early DJ gig that I had at this spot called Good Bar in Lincoln Park in Chicago. I was 19. I was DJing in there. They knew that I was underage. I didn't drink, so it was never a problem. I never, they were always like, all right, you can't drink. You're 19. Like, we'll get in trouble, this and that. So, I never broke the rules there, and they liked me, and I can just remember playing that song there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest memory with Rihanna, Rude Boy.
Yeah.
I like the beat. That it's a dope song. It's a dope song. Listening back now, like if you went to listen to it now, you'd be like, okay, this is tight. But in the moment, especially if you're fucking 15 years old in a gang, you're like, this shit's gay.
Yeah.
This shit's mad gay.
Nah, I'll watch Jersey Shore, but I won't listen to this. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, like you said, like just kind of revisiting some old stuff. I've been doing that as of late, like some of the stuff I skipped over. And bro, there's like so many bangers. That's why like I've been listening to early 2000s stuff, because I grew up with that and I appreciated it as a kid. And my brother's a lot older than me, so I would just listen to whatever he had on. But now I love it so much, bro. I'm just like, I'm gonna wear a white tee today.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like listening to like I don't know, like Juvenile or something. I didn't appreciate it that much as a child, but now I'm just like, I'm gonna buy a bandana and put it around my neck.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, let's skip forward. We're up to 10 years ago, 2013. You're 18 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
About to graduate.
Yep.
You're doing your homework instead of writing love letters at this point, or no?
No, man, the school I went to didn't give us homework.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I want to go to that school.
Oh yeah, no, it was all right. It was dangerous, but it was cool.
I'll take danger for no homework. That's a fair trade-off.
I think so, man. You're completely free.
Yeah.
You just gotta survive.
I'll take that. All right, so we're still kind of in like a corny era still. I mean, the songs here, Macklemore, Thrift Shop. You remember when that dropped?
Yeah, yeah, and I remember listening to it. This was before I even started going to thrift stores, so I didn't even know what the whole thing was about. I'm just like, getting fresh with $20. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm gonna go to the mall and spend my $400 paycheck from Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember hearing that, and like I would see kids around school like just dressed like Macklemore, kind of like, you know, just they were the kids in like the good classes. They were like, I don't know. Yeah, it just reminds me of like just big shades.
Yeah.
That's really all I could think about when I think about what's it? It's called Thrift Shop.
Thrift shop. Yeah.
I'm glad those times are done.
Yeah. Same actually. Same. But also, I don't love the music coming out right now. It's
No?
not. It's not. I don't. I like the house music coming out right now.
I love house music, bro.
Yeah, the house music that's coming out right now. Like, who you fucking with?
Man, you know, I went to this man, they got this place. It's like an after hours spot called like X Space, I think.
I don't know if I've been.
I went because I saw this reel on Instagram, and I went to go check it out, man, and it was just like they just had house music playing for hours.
Sounds great.
It was amazing. It felt like a spiritual experience, man. And I had never been to something like that before.
You took a little Molly or what? Sounds like
Nah,
like you hit a little bean.
Nah, I wasn't off the bean or anything like that. I took, dude, I took one once, bro, and I thought I was dying, man. I remember I told my mom I took a pill, called the ambulance, and she told me.
What'd she do?
Nothing.
She didn't even
told me
call.
to wait it out, bro. I was sweating my ass off. I had cold sweats.
That's a gangster ass mom right there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think she just, I don't know what. I was like, I could have probably died, but whatever, mom. Yeah. But no, at this place, man, bro, just house music all day. So I can't really specifically think about a certain artist, but
you were fucking with the vibe.
Oh, bro, it was amazing.
Like you're newly into house music. Like you went there and that sort of got you in the game.
Yeah. I mean, like my brother would listen to house music, but I don't know. It was just mostly like rap that I would listen to, like R&B stuff. You know, I always liked hearing house.
Yeah,
like listening to it, but never really got into it like deep like that.
I never loved it. I never really loved it. I'm from Chicago. House music was born in Chicago, created in the warehouses of Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the home of house music. And I have always respected it for sure, but I never really loved it. And right now, just where it's at, the type of music, the fusion, I think it's tech house. It's like a fusion between techno and house music. Like the shit that's coming out right now is fire, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. So it's like brand new house.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good artists right now. Like Matroda is my favorite house music producer right now for sure. John Summit's great.
Yeah. You got to give me some of those recommendations.
I got you.
Yeah, because usually I would just go like on Spotify and just look up like, I don't know. I was listening to this guy, DJ Assault. I think he's from Detroit.
Okay, yeah.
I was like just bumping that.
That's like OG shit.
Yeah, I was bumping that in the garage, just doing burpees to it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, something like stuff like that. Like it'll come up to me later. But yeah, I was fucking with like DJ Assault for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I like house right now. Speaking of house music, Gangnam Style. You remember that?
Bro, everybody was like saying that in school. They were doing that little dance and everything. And I almost feel like it was maybe not one of the first few viral things that I was paying attention to, because that shit went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And he was everywhere. And I feel like that was maybe around the time when I started to notice like, oh, you could like really pop off of like YouTube. Yeah, that was the first time I really noticed that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So at 18, you're about to graduate high school. What are you doing? What are your aspirations at that time? What did you want to be? What did you want to do? You weren't into comedy, right?
No.
Not yet?
That wasn't even a thought.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just like playing baseball, just partying. I was partying a whole bunch, just with the homies. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. Like I was like, I guess we're off to community college. I guess that's what we're gonna do. I didn't have anything I wanted to do, man. I was working at like Jack in the Box, just making like $400, just like buying shoes and weed.
Yeah.
And that's really all I was doing. I had no goals or aspirations or anything like that. Went to school for a little bit, blew my financial aid check on just dumb things.
Shoes and weed.
That exactly. That was, and like maybe a date, you know. But that's all I was doing though, man. Just really, I almost felt like I wasted a lot of time. Yeah, I wasn't up to anything, bro. When I look back at that, I was just going to Macy's and just buying polo. That's all I was doing.
That's lit. I could relate to that for sure. I was a big Macy's guy. Macy's was lit. Macy's was like, you kind of felt like you had some money.
Yeah.
But then you're like, you realize like, wait a second. There's Nordstrom's.
Yeah. Like, damn, plain white tee here is like $90. Yeah. Yeah, dude, I used to just, I mean, I was like just so easily influenced by music. And at the time I was listening to like a bunch of like Currency and Wiz.
Fuck yeah.
And they would just talk about like polo stuff. You know, I'm just like, I would do it too.
Yeah.
Well, I would do that.
That's lit. Yeah, I've kind of felt when I left high school, I went to Columbia College Chicago, which was an art school, because my parents were like, you got to go to college. At that time, that was just like what everybody was preaching. Like, you go to college, you can't get a job if you don't go to college. Even though neither of my parents went to college and they both had jobs and were doing fine, but they, for some reason, were brainwashed into thinking like, that's what you got to do. That's the only way to make it now. Yeah. Motherfuckers been making it in America for years without college. Like just grinding, doing their thing, working hard, building their own business, all this shit. But it was college. It's all I fucking heard. So I was like, all right, I know I like music at the time. I wasn't DJing yet, but I was like making music, producing music. I was into underground, old school hip hop, DJ Premier, Nas, Tribe Called Quest, all that shit. Like that's the type of beats I was making. So I was like, okay, if I got to go to school, I'm going to go to this art school and I'm going to study sound engineering. You know, it's like the closest thing I could get to being in a recording studio, being near what I want to do, this and that. And it just wasn't it. I went for like 2 years and they just take your money, basically. They're like, give us $50,000 and you can come be in this art school. And they don't make you do your gen eds. They let you do like the classes that you want to do, so audio engineering, this and that. So I did that and shit. But then I was like, this isn't what I want to do. I'm surrounded by like straight nerds. I have no friends at school. I went to play, like me and my boys played Super Smash Bros. On N64 religiously. Like that's our shit. To this day, if we all get together, we still play it. Like we got a bachelor party coming up. Someone's bringing Smash. Yeah. And I can remember going and like hanging out with some kids that were in one of my classes and playing Smash at their dorm room. And I'm like fucking them up, talking shit, trying to have a good time. And they're just nerds, bro. Yeah. They're not talking shit. I'm an asshole because I'm talking shit. Yeah. And I'm realizing like these are not the people, like this is the field I'm about to be in. These are the people I'm going to be surrounded by. Like I don't want any of that shit. So I went to school, but like I kind of had the same thing. Like I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was just doing this shit because that's what I'm supposed to do, you know? Yeah. So I kind of feel that.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy because I mean the same thing with like with my parents too. Like I mean my parents are from Mexico, so you know they came over here, grinded out. You know, my dad started his own business, and you know just been a working man. And when it came to like the college stuff, I was like, but you didn't go to school. Yeah, like I never saw you read a book before, bro. Like why do I have to do that? Yeah, which like respect to people that do that. You know that's. You know, if you know what you want to do and you go to school and you figure it out, that's awesome. I just knew that wasn't the route that I was gonna take. And plus, bro, turning in homework, like I said, we never did homework in high school. So, bro, knowing that was a deadline, bro, I used to go to my college courses, and bro, I was a bad student. I would just go to class and fall asleep. I would just always hide, go to sleep, and I would go to my college courses, fall asleep, and kids would be like, "What are you doing, bro? You paying for this?" I was like, "Nah, I'll pass." I'll get past, but nah, it doesn't work that way in college.
yeah, I feel that. Fuck school, bro. Yeah. I hated school. I always slept through school. I was always up late as fuck, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., Wake up early, go to school, knock out right on the desk.
Yeah, those are good naps, man. And then just the big jolt. Sometimes you just like get that.
There was one teacher that used to fucking punt my desk, bro. Like kick the shit out of it. You know how the chair was attached to it, so like the whole thing would go moving. This motherfucker would kick my shit, and like it got to a point where he would wake me up. I would like look up and then just go back to sleep.
Just stare him in his soul, man.
Yeah.
You remember the back pops on those?
Yeah, where
you could just bro, yeah, that was amazing.
You had the leverage of the desk that was attached. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, no, those are that's cool. You mentioned Smash Bros. I'm guessing you got it on the Switch.
I do have it on the Switch,
dude. Yeah, I think that was the first video game I ever had. Was on the 64. I had Wave Racers. I don't know if you remember that.
That was the shit.
Yeah, I had Wave Racers and I had Super Smash Bros. And like me and my cousins, we're all the same age, so we'd all just every time we'd get together, just be in my room, just playing Smash.
Smash is one of the greatest games ever, bro. Like,
it is.
The mechanics of the game are just perfect. The levels of each character has its own advantages and disadvantages, and like it's so good.
Who's your favorite?
Pikachu.
Pikachu?
Yeah.
Okay, Pikachu guy. I like Captain Falcon.
Okay, yeah.
I like just sprinting through this.
Yeah.
through the stage.
Yeah. Falcon's good. I got a homie that's really good with Samus. I got a Kirby's like one of the basics, the foundation. Like if you're not great, you could play with Kirby and still do well.
Yeah, you could jump up in the air and do the Kirby smash thing, and then you're just fucking everybody up.
Yeah. Also, I think Pikachu's kind of that way. It's sort of more of a basic character. I got a homeboy that's like super ill with Ness. Everyone,
that's rare. Yeah. Everybody shits on Ness.
Yeah, no, he's nasty.
Yeah, I like his fit. I like that he has a bat that just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's damn, bro. I want to play some Smash. Let's get high and play Smash. Sounds incredible.
I'm with it, bro.
Talking shit to your boys. We had one of my friends had this garage. His parents had this garage that they turned into like a hangout for the kids. Garage was furnished. It had air conditioning, heated. It was like the illest clubhouse for fucking kids, and we'd go in there and play Smash. And we had this helmet that we glued this big ass dildo on top of. And if you're playing free for all, there's 4 people playing. If you didn't get a kill, if you got a goose egg, if you had 0 kills, you had to wear that helmet.
Oh, dude. Oh, that means war, man. You gotta go all out. That's crazy, man. I might do that now. Yeah. How'd you even find this dildo though?
That's a good question.
Who bought that?
I feel like someone. It had to have either come from someone bought it and like played a prank with it or something, like left it in the G or something, or bought it to like smack someone in the face, or there was a reason someone bought it, and then we decided to fucking turn it into the helmet. Yeah,
that's some real modern day engineering right there. That's awesome. Dude, I used to work at this they call it the biggest sex shop in Texas. I feel like that's a front, but I used to work at this place and people would always go in there and buy like these just massive dildos for pranks. And sometimes I believed them, sometimes I'm just like, man, you're fresh out of work, dog. You're a freak. This guy's a freak.
No, we did that all the time. I mean, I've probably bought like 7 dildos in my life.
Bro, I saw way too many of those when I worked at this shop. They would even let you do this thing where people would like sample them. I mean, they wouldn't try it, but you could take them out the box,
sort of feel it, wiggle it around a little bit.
Suction cup on the wall. It's like, all right, no, this one's heavy duty.
See the suction cup strength. It's not gonna come off.
Bro, that place was a wild place to work at.
Yeah, I lived with 2 other homies, so there was 3 of us, and we had a dildo for something. Someone bought a dildo for some stupid thing, and then it's just in the house now. It's a toy that we have. You find it places, whatever. It might be in your bed one day because someone decided to stick it under your pillow or something. Had the suction cup on it. We would try and throw it and get it to stick to the ceiling. That was a fun game. And then when we all moved out, it was like, you know, you're figuring out, you know, you all went in $300 each for this couch. All right, who gets to keep the couch? Who gets this? Who gets that? Who gets the dildos? There was 2 of them at this point. And then everyone's kind of like, well, I don't want, like, the dildo's not fun if it's just like me. I don't want to just have a dildo at the crib, me, like by myself. Like, there's got to be multiple dudes to have a dildo. Pause.
Yeah.
So
pause that up.
So we sold our couch. I remember posting on Instagram like that we were selling the couch, and some kid who I knew from a spot that I DJ'd at, who was like a regular at the spot, followed me on Instagram. Like, we were acquaintances. We didn't know each other that well, but like a club friend, you know? He hits me like, oh yeah, I'll buy the couch, whatever. So we took the dildo and like shoved it in the cushions of the couch, like in the back of it, like where you'd find some change and shit.
That's devious.
Sold the couch to him, and I see this kid like maybe a month and a half later at the club, and he was like, bro, what the fuck is with the dildo in the couch? He's like, one of my boys dropped his phone out of his pocket, so he's going through the couch to find his phone, and he grabs this dildo, and now he's thinking that like me and my roommate are gay because we have a dildo hidden in our couch. It's like fucking perfect, bro.
Oh man, that's a perfect scenario right there. I can't even, like, you're just like, man, when my phone turned into jelly?
Yeah.
When did it turn into silicone?
Just grab that big ass suction cup dildo.
Yeah, man. I would just say it's for home defense.
Yeah.
Just, you never know, man. Somebody might run up in here. They had a dildo as a weapon on GTA Vice City.
For real?
I don't know if you ever played it, but you'd put in the code. I still remember it, kind of a muscle memory.
A little cheat code.
Yeah, and that was one of the weapons, which is weird. I didn't know what that was when I was like 9 or 10. Now I know.
Isn't the new GTA supposed to come out soon?
I think so. Yeah, 6. Yeah, I mean, they've been saying that for forever. But.
It has been for forever, but when it does drop.
Yeah. Oh, dude, can you imagine the soundtrack on that?
Yeah. Someone just told me that Joe Rogan podcast is going to be one of the car channels available.
Whoa.
How crazy would that be?
That would be nuts.
You're just cruising around in GTA listening to Rogan.
Yeah, you're listening to him talk about bear attacks while you're just doing drive-bys. Yeah, no, that's, hey man, I'm not leaving my house when that comes out.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm getting an ounce. I might eat some shrooms.
Yeah. You fuck with shrooms?
I just started taking like a little bit.
Like a little
microdose, yeah. I haven't taken enough to like really trip, which I want to do. But yeah, I've been fucking with them. Yeah,
I love them, man. They changed my life for sure.
You think so?
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. First time I did, I was probably like 21, 22 or something like that. Took a pretty big dose because I was like, oh, it's like edible.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, dude. I felt like I really just like blasted off, but that was maybe the first time I really questioned my relationship with myself.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, you don't like who you are.
That's lit,
bro. And I like just lost who I was completely. They call it ego death or whatever, but I didn't know my name. The things that I do didn't matter. I didn't belong to a family or a group of friends, nothing, bro. And I was just like, damn.
Was that terrifying in the moment though?
Oh, dude, I thought I was dead.
Yeah.
I thought I died.
Yeah.
But no, it was, I mean, I came out of it different, man. I like deleted a lot of phone numbers on my phone.
You got out of the gang you were in?
No, I got out of there like maybe like right after high school, bro. I was like, this isn't it, man. Everybody's in jail now.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I'm not tough like that either. So I didn't want to fight anybody. I just wanted to, I just wanted friends. That's just what you did. Like if you just like lived on this block or whatever, it was just normal. It was like joining a sports team almost.
Damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it just felt really normal. I mean, you just fight the guys that were like living across the tracks.
Yeah.
Only wear 2 colors. You have your group of friends and everything. But yeah, no, I mean, I did that stuff, man, and it opened up my eyes to like a bunch of shit for sure.
That's dope. So that you said that was when you were 21?
Yeah, around like 21, 22.
And then since then, how have you approached mushrooms?
with respect.
Yeah,
with respect.
That's sort of what I heard. Like my boy Dolo, who does a pod with me a lot, he feels the same way, and he's always told me it's like a cleanse. He's like, sometimes maybe once a year, once every couple years, I'll just feel like I need it. Like he's like, I want to eat a bunch of mushrooms and take that trip and cleanse my mind and remember who I am and all that, and like.
Yeah, man, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like a reset. Like, yeah, I would hear people say like every 6 months or so, and I was doing them like about every 6 months, like a big dose by myself in my room, lights off.
Really,
bro, just really get in it. And yeah, I made like a lot of like, I guess, cool discoveries about myself, or I just wake up in the morning, just call up an old friend, or maybe say something nice to my brother for once.
You got a little brother or older brother?
Older brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he's 12 years older than me. He's the one that like put me on to like, I would go in his room, bro, and just like find all his CDs and like mixtapes and DVDs, all that stuff, bro. He really turned me on to all that. So,
yeah.
Yeah, dude, with the mushrooms, man, it's definitely something to be like approached with like caution, I think. Like if you're gonna be doing big doses.
Yeah, I definitely want to do it. I need to do it.
Yeah, I mean, man, I feel so much better the next day. Yeah, I just feel like I love life again, or like I love whatever I get to experience on a day-to-day basis.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it tonight at Bottle Blonde.
I don't know about that. Yeah, when that Waka hits, bro, it's gonna be life-changing. Isn't it crazy that there was a whole era of music dedicated to fighting people at the club?
Yeah. Someone, what was it at last week at the show when someone was talking about that song that gets everyone fighting? What the fuck was it? He was singing it and everyone was singing it back. God,
Damn,
that's gonna kill me.
This was at Skylab?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't remember. I don't remember hearing that.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was listening to Crunk Juice, the Lil Jon album.
Yeah.
Or Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, and I was just like, bro, this is just all like fight people in the club music, like Lil Scrappy, like all those guys, Crime Mob.
Yeah, there's a famous story. There's a famous DJ who's dead now. Rest in peace, DJ AM, who's like kind of. He's a legend in the nightclub DJ game. Like he sort of pioneered all sorts of things, ways of mixing, getting money as a DJ, like getting real money, sort of celebrity status as a DJ, all these things. And there's a famous story about him being like, he's in the DJ booth playing, and like one of his homies is in there, and he's like, yo, you want to see something cool? Like, I'm gonna get these guys to fight. And he's like, just plays all these records that get people hyped up and shit, and like he just knew, like that's how much control over the crowd he had. Knew that he could cause a fight, and was like, check this out.
Hey man, that's magic right there, bro.
It's lit.
That, man, yeah, I might. If I was a DJ, that'd probably be my thing. I'm just like, no, man, only come out if you're down to scrap.
Yeah,
bring your mouthpiece, dude. Man, that's crazy though. Yeah, I mean, music's so powerful. Like, music's so influential. Like, I've done so many things because of music. Just everything. I mean, just from like the way you dress, the way you talk, what your hobbies are. For a while, man, I remember like Drake came out with No New Friends. I was like, yeah, nah, fuck. I'm only keeping 5 friends around.
I'm done. I'm done with this friendship.
No more socializing, dog. My team is my team, and that's it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Hate that it had to be Drake. I love Drake though. I feel like Drake gets a lot of
he's so big and mainstream that it's like almost corny to like Drake. Like,
yeah,
you like Drake, everyone likes Drake, but he is fucking incredible at what he does.
Yeah,
there's
even
no doubt.
Yeah, even what was that album where he had like house music on there?
Yeah, it was the more recent one. What the fuck was it called? I'm so bad with song and album names.
I forget. Yeah, me too. I gotta like see it in front of me. I mean, I could see the artwork, the album artwork.
That
in front
blue
of me.
fucking
with the black
shit.
Yeah. Damn, I forget, but yeah, people didn't like that. I like that. I like that direction he took.
I thought it was cool. I mean, there's not like anything that I'd really bump in the whip, and there's not much that I'd play in the club. Sticky goes kind of hard in the club. But it is good music though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's objectively good music. Like it's done well. It's nice. But I'm excited for All My Dogs.
Yeah. The I saw the album cover for that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I think Adonis made it or whatever. But
I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that too. I'm about to misbehave when that comes out.
Yeah, I really liked her Loss, the last one he dropped.
Yeah,
Like front to back, every song on there I liked. I enjoyed a lot.
yeah, bro. I've always been a Drake fan. I remember I had a So Far Gone. I bought the album. I was probably like 14 when that came out. Bought the album, just used to bump it in my stereo. My girlfriend would come over at the time. My girlfriend would come over and we just listen to it.
Nice.
I kind of miss doing that. Listening to music with somebody.
Yeah, for sure. I need a girlfriend. I'm ready for a girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm in a new era. I'm in a new era. I did all my fuckboy shit for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Just being an animal. Absolute menace to every nightclub I ever set foot in.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to settle down.
Do you feel like everybody has to get that out of their system, or guys?
I think for the most part, like I think that we as men need to sort of get that out of our system. Otherwise, it's like it's just sort of lurks in the background.
Yeah,
you're like, I got this girl and I love her, but there's all these other girls.
The streets are calling, man. The streets are calling.
Like at this point, I fucking hate hood rats, club rats. I hate them all. At one point, I loved them and I wanted to have sex with them all. Yeah, and I tried my hardest to do exactly that. And now I'm just like, get them away from me, bro. Yeah. Like, get them. I'm sick of it. It's like when you eat, you know, so many mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving because it's your favorite fucking food, and then you throw up and you never eat mashed potatoes again. Yeah,
bro, it's exactly that. I used to live by those words that Juicy J said. You say no to ratchet pussy, Juicy J can't. I was like, yeah, same. Yeah, hey, yeah, I can't say no.
100%.
But yeah, now I'm kind of getting to like a point where it just makes me feel empty.
For sure. It's almost like I do it because I used to love it so much and I forget that I don't love it anymore. It's like I got to like break it's like a habit at this point. And like every time I do it again, I'm like, that's not what it used to be. And I need to just remember that from the jump and not do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like if anything, it almost like veers you off like the path or the mission that you're on, you know what I'm saying? Because you're so much in that, or investing so much time and energy into that thing where you could be doing something else. Yeah. And I guess I'm just really speaking to myself, because I definitely find myself in those situations where, man, I could have been doing a show or writing a new joke or at the thrift, doing something productive, anything other than that.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes you just got to rub one out. You got to get the poison out.
Yeah.
It's out of mind, out of sight until it builds back up over the next couple hours.
Dude, I did that. Do you know that thing, NoFap? Yeah. Bro, I did that for a whole year. Oh my God. And people don't believe me. But this happened after I did like a big dose of mushrooms, and I was like, nah, I think I have to do this. I feel called to do this thing. Bro, I got so many things done. Something about it. I don't know if it was like a placebo effect, but I felt very strong and disciplined at the time. And then, you know, I kind of got off that, but
that's mad respect. A fucking full year of NoFap is insane.
Oh yeah, no, the succubus was after me, man. The succubus was knocking at my door, but I was just like, no, not tonight, not today.
That might be the hardest thing I feel like for me to kick of any addiction that I have in my life. Yeah, that would be tough. Because it a lot of times feels like a tool. Like you know, you're feeling horny and you're like distracted by women, and you could just rub one out and like get rid of that. Yep. And you feel like, okay, that's done. Let me go do this other shit. I convince myself that I need it sometimes. You know.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way, especially like thinking about kind of how long that habit has been formed over the years. It's been, you know, it's more than 10, 15 years, you know what I'm saying, doing that. Yeah. How do you get rid of that? You know, are you even supposed to though? Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess now I have like a or think about the balance a little bit more, because you could easily overdo it. But also the times that you're maybe not doing that, bro, you're fucking turning into a damn animal. Like, just DMs would just look wild. I'm like, oh, what the fuck got into me last night?
Yep. You wake up and you're like, Jesus Christ, what did I say?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I like that Instagram has the unsend feature now.
I love that.
Although you know that even though it doesn't say read in the thing, she read it on her like notifications, because that's how these hoes do. You can like read it without really making it seem read.
Yeah, I think you can hold the thing, like you could hold the notification, and I think you can actually read it,
and it
without opening the message.
Yeah, see, and then you unsend it, but you know that she already saw it, but it feels a little bit better for you. You're like, well, it's not there anymore. Hopefully she didn't screenshot it.
Hopefully. Bro, they even have that feature on like the iMessage too now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but if someone else's phone isn't updated though, you can unsend it, but they'll still have it.
Yeah, that's a dangerous game, to think that it's unsent, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's getting wild out here.
It really is, man. I mean, think about, whoever thought about the undo feature, they probably had some problems.
Yeah. There was probably a lot of emails at Instagram headquarters requesting for an unsend feature.
Yeah. Some guy probably got caught up. He's like, no, we got to fix this immediately.
Yeah, that caveman brain will get you, bro. That's that caveman brain. That's that biological yearning.
It's in there, man. And sometimes that itch is just nothing else can scratch it but doing that. And it's oh man. Yeah, I would say it's certainly some sort of vice that I have.
Yeah, for sure. Me and Dolo talk about that all the time on the pod, bro. It's unreal. It's actually unreal that we have to fucking deal with that shit. These hoes are out here, they're complaining about their periods. We got caveman brain. We got some dirty vices. We got some things happening in our heads.
Yeah, bro. It's just something. Yeah, like I said, man, sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'm just like, what the fuck was I thinking? And then, then I go through a whole day just looking at myself in the mirror, just, you fucking dirty little bitch. I can't even believe you.
Yeah, when you did NoFap, did you sort of find yourself, I don't want to say filling the void, but like replacing that addiction with something else?
Oh, certainly, man. I was doing like MMA and jiu-jitsu a whole bunch.
Okay.
Like a lot. Like I was going like twice a day type shit.
So you replace it with a healthier thing?
Yeah, just getting my ass whooped. Just having joint pain. But yeah. I mean, I just wanted to be more productive, and I almost felt like I wanted things of substance in my life. Like I was like, no, you know what? I actually want to be in a relationship with somebody, and I ended up being in a relationship. I did that NoFap thing. Probably got into the best relationship that I've ever been in. With the lovely person, and that whole thing, I feel like almost kind of kept me disciplined and focused as to like what I wanted. Just like, all right, cool. I want to get good at jiu-jitsu. I want to have a cool girlfriend. I want to find something that I'm passionate about, which I think around that time I started doing comedy too.
Hell yeah. That's inspiring, bro. I'm going to take a heavy dose of mushrooms and stop jerking off after speaking with you. Whatever works, man. It helped me for a little bit, but I think it's so hard to like even. I talked to a friend of mine who's like really into that whole thing, just like I guess self-improvement, spirituality stuff and all that. And at the time when I was doing that, he's like, that's cool. He's like, I love that you're doing this. He's like, but also don't be mad at yourself when you veer off that path either. He's like, because you're gonna want to watch a porn one day. Yeah, you're gonna want to. That's good advice.
Yeah,
that's good advice.
Yeah, because you can't be like a monk like that either.
That's like. It always boils down to balance, right? Yeah. Like at the end of the day, anything that's sort of you realize you're doing that's fucking with you, or you're doing that you're fucking up, is like you try and stop it completely, but then you sort of always realize that like it's all about balance. It's anything that makes you feel good when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about balance, because you could overdo anything.
Yeah.
You could overdo anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I think the problem that I had with that was almost I would view fun like a little bit differently. Like, I can't believe we're out fucking with these hoes. Man, I'm over here making my life better. But it's like, no, bro, nobody's better than anybody else. You know, and it's just kind of, and also doing stuff that we do, like being part of the nightlife, like that's the job, that's the hustle, that's the grind. You can't be that way. You know, you can't be the party pooper like that.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, you can't be over here preaching some shit while people are over here grinding on each other, having a fantastic time.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
it's tough. You're sort of the life of the party. If you're on stage controlling the room, you gotta be fun.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be fun in a room full of drunk motherfuckers.
Yeah, even dropping into that space a little bit. Like throughout the day, I'll kind of just try to get my mind right or whatever. Kind of spend some time alone, be quiet, and then nighttime comes around. It's almost like a little switch that has to be turned on.
So how did you get into comedy? We didn't even talk about this at all. Mm-hmm. This has been a great podcast, by the way.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been cool, bro. Thank you again for having me, bro.
Yeah.
The comedy stuff, bro, so that girl I was talking about, we went on a date one time at this place called The Riot. Great venue, bro. Love that place. But we went on a date, and this was before I was even doing comedy. I probably did like a couple open mics, but not like seriously. I just did it to get out of my comfort zone, I guess, to do something challenging.
Yeah. But did someone like, I mean, you're a funny dude for sure. Like your whole life, have people been telling you like, oh, you're fucking funny, bro. You should do comedy.
No, I never got that. I was always kind of like quiet, a little bit reserved. I was just always like observing and watching people. Like I was the class clown in some situations. Like if I got the alley oop, I'm a dunk it. But I wasn't constantly looking or being the funny guy.
Okay.
But yeah, so this one night we went on a little date night, and it was like a slow night, maybe like 7 people in the crowd. I'm thinking like, man, this show's probably not gonna be that good. We had a blast, bro. It was amazing. We had so much fun, and she was laughing really hard at these guys. I'm like, I want to do that too.
Yeah.
I want to, you know, and that kind of inspired me to like, I think probably a couple days after that, kept going to open mics, kept going, and it was terrible, bro. I got like videos of my first sets. They're awful. Like I look so uncomfortable. Jokes are way too long. I'm trying to tell stories. It's terrible, bro. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody gives a fuck. Yeah. But I just kept going. Then I just really started to appreciate the craft, because I'm just like, whatever that you're passionate about, I feel like you can grow in that. You know, like a lot of people might try something, you're not good at it. Whatever, I'm gonna just drop this thing. But bro, you keep showing up. That's really all it is. I would always hear this thing in like jiu-jitsu, it's not who's the best, it's who's left. And that's kind of like the mentality I ended up taking with the comedy shit.
That's dope. So do you spend a lot of time writing, or is a lot of what you do sort of on stage? You maybe have like a concept in your head, and then you go up on stage and you sort of work that out.
Yeah, it's mostly I'll write a little bit, maybe not as much as I should, but I like going somewhere and kind of like soaking up the vibe a little bit, and I'll just like watch everything that's happening, and then just try to talk about that, like kind of almost try to like customize this thing for the people in the room. Like only we can experience this right now. Like maybe you've heard a few of my jokes before, but I want something that nobody else, I want to do something for you that nobody else has done, or that can't be recreated. Right. We experience this together at this one moment, and it can't be recreated ever again.
Yeah. That's my favorite part about comedy, especially the show at Skylab that I'm DJing, because I'm on the stage off to the side. I'm watching like you guys create, because I could see you guys and the audience. Mm-hmm. So I get to just watch the comedians create these moments in real time. And you can a lot of times, you're watching the dance that they're doing. It's incredible. It's my favorite part.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. Yeah, that night was cool. I mean, like I said, as soon as I got there, I heard you playing some fucking bangers. I was like, I feel like this is going to be a good night. And then I'm super sweaty, just missing, just airballing, playing basketball. But yeah, man, that was a cool environment though. Even like the concept or the idea or whatever, like where you pull out the subject out of the bucket or whatever, and it just seems like a fun place where you can just kind of let loose and just be as creative as you want to be.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I like that. All right. Well, I got to fucking FaceTime my potential girlfriend.
It's time, bro. It's time.
I miss her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it. It's been great. I feel like I got to know you. I can't even say better because I didn't know you before, but yeah. I got to know you well.
Yeah, no, this was cool, man. Thank you again for having me, bro. Had a good time.
And you should come. You should come party. You should come out one night, whether it's the regular club or the strip club, and we'll get drunk. We'll have a good time.
Yeah,
we'll stay away from these hoes.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be on my monk shit, taking tequila shots in the corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this was fun, bro. Thank you, man.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you're on YouTube, definitely drop a little comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Algorithm activating activity, all that good shit. My boy Diamond Cut's gonna have your Instagram handle and everything pop up in the beginning, but if you got you could drop it here if you got any other things that you want people to check out.
I mean, yeah, you can just follow me on Instagram at @DannyGuerrero_. I post all my shows there, whatever upcoming events I got coming. So yeah, just follow me on there.
Hell yeah. Let's go, champ. Peace.